And Paul, you didn't record yourself either, I
Oh, that's
guess.
right.
I'll play mine again in a little while.
All right.
All right.
I
Yes.
can wait.
Sorry.
Want
I'm.
me to do
I'm.
it now?
Yeah. Go ahead and do it now.
That was my
Thanks,
rehearsal
Marty.
anyway. This one hopefully will be
Warmed
better.
up, why not?
Oh wait, I gotta share the screen again. I feel terrible about that. Okay, go ahead.
Once I lived a life of a millionaire, spending my money I didn't care, taking my friends out, having a good time, buying bootleg liquor, champagne and wine. When I began to fall so low, didn't have a friend, no place to go. If I ever get my hands on a dollar again, I'm gonna squeeze it and squeeze it till that eagle grins. 'Cause nobody knows you when you're down and out. In your pocket, not one penny, and friends, you haven't any. As soon as you get back on your feet, many friends you'll chance to meet. It's strange to say, without a doubt, nobody knows you when you're down and out. I mean, they don't know you when you're down and out.
Hey,
Even
Much
better
better
the
than
second
the
time.
first time.
even better.
Yeah, I want to learn that one. That's a good blues
I
song.
like that
Oh,
song.
That is a good song.
Yeah, Bessie Smith sang it. And there's a woman that I love. Her name was Alberta Hunter, and I don't know if anybody's heard of her, but she apparently was in Chicago and sang in the 30s through the 50s, and then she dropped out to make a living as a nurse. But she came back in the 80s, and she made, I think, one recording in one album. Anyway, she's in one of the YouTube things. And
Great.
worth listening to. She's got real personality.
Do those songs show up on the Tuesday Ukes website eventually?
You mean the music?
Yeah, yeah.
We haven't figured that out yet.
It
When
will
these,
be.
what's that?
I said they will be at some point.
They will be at some point, but at this point they're not.
Okay.
If you keep up with the emails that I send with the video index, then there's a pointer to a copy of the music.
Oh, okay.
Every line item will have like a pointer to play the video, and then who played it, the song title, and then if they gave me some music, I'll put a link to the music itself. So you can go back to those emails and get it from that. Hopefully. I know those links don't work for Mary Jane for reasons I've never been able to figure out.
Yeah, I'm just hopeless, but maybe Mimi will send me a copy of this one like she did last time.
All right, cool. Gary, do you want to play a song?
Yeah, me.
Oh, yeah, Gary Goble.
Paulette, are we ready to go?
All right.
Yeah. This is "Tell Everybody I Know" by Keb Mo, and
Keb Mo.
Okay, well, say that. Anyway, I had an anniversary last week, so this is kind of like for my wife. So, congratulations. Thank you. It's no secret, I don't care. Gonna shout it out everywhere. I love my baby up, down, high, or low. Well, I love my baby, gonna tell everybody I know. In the evening in my bed, I hear voices in my head. They say never, never, ever let her go. Well, I love my baby, gonna tell everybody I know. Other women don't mean a thing to me. You can pick them all up and drop them into the sea. If I got no money, no, she don't care. Open up her pocketbook and pay my fare. I know she loves me hot, cold, fast, or slow. Well, I love my baby, gonna tell everybody I know. Other women don't mean a thing to me. You can't pick them all up and drop them into the sea. If I got no money, no, she don't care. Open up her pocketbook and pay my fare. I know she loves me up, down, high, or low. Well, I love my baby, gonna tell everybody I know. Well, I love my baby, gonna tell everybody I know. Well, I love my baby, gonna tell everybody I know.
That was great, Gary.
Yeah, I like that.
Really
That's
funny.
good.
Yeah. Kev Mo does it a little better, but
What are you gonna
Okay.
do?
I apologize for dropping them in the sea line. I didn't write that. I just played.
Yeah, that's yeah, a little sketchy, but it's okay.
Right. Well,
Brenda, you want to go?
I'll give it a try.
All right, cool. Let me pull up your music.
Let's see.
That's you, right?
Yep, that's
oh
me.
yeah.
Okay, and just heads up, I can't quite manage to get my fingers around the F7, so I'm just doing F. So just you can play whatever note you'd like. All right, are we ready? Okay, here we go. I go out walking after midnight in the moonlight, just like we used to do. I'm always walking after midnight, searching for you. I walk for miles along the highway, that's just my way of saying I love you. I'm always walking after midnight, searching for you. I stop to see a weeping willow crying on his pillow. Maybe he's crying for me. And if the stars dark and gloomy, night reaches between me, I'm lonesome as I can be. I go out walking after midnight in the starlight, just hoping that you may be somewhere walking to midnight, searching for me. I start to see a weeping willow crying on his pillow. Baby, he's crying for me. And if the skies were dark and gloomy, night was misty to me, I'm lonesome as all I can be. I go out walking after midnight, out of the starlight, just holding you, baby. Somewhere walking after midnight, searching for me. And that's all.
Yeah, that was great.
Very nice,
Thank
Brenda.
you.
Yeah, that was really good.
Song.
Good song.
I worked hard on that.
Sounds
Joe's.
Good, yeah, good job.
Good job.
Well, Paul, can we volunteer now?
You can certainly volunteer. I will let that happen. I will let it be.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
This was John's 80th birthday week.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw Willie Nelson playing a song for him.
Anyway.
Okay, except this is a Paul song, but
Well, they both
it's
worked on
close
it.
enough. Okay.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine on till tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes through me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. 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 There will be an answer. Let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be.
Well done. That sounded great.
Good.
I like those harmony oohs coming out of the Gary section.
Moving. Good oohing.
I was harmonizing my oohs with you, so that you sounded great. You can only hear it from here.
Good deal. Oh, I'll be glad when we can all do it together and have some
Really?
fun with these songs. Keep everybody singing.
Yeah. Ruth, you have a song you want to play?
Ruth, you're muted.
Yeah, we can't hear you. I'll ask.
Here, there I am.
Okay.
I actually,
You're back.
yeah, I have this "Thank You, Kitty" song that I wrote, and I could actually screen share it because I do have a PDF. So, is that all right?
Yeah. Let me hold on a second. How do I allow you? Okay, give that a try.
Okay. Here, let's see. Where are we? Here we are at Zoom. Oh, here we are on Zoom. How did that happen? Oh, it's teeny. Zoom is teeny. That's what happened. Here we go. So there. I think that's it. Can you see it?
It's loading.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I don't know how well I'm playing this. I didn't expect to play a song. I was gonna listen. But I love to play for people. So, all right, here we go. I hope she's listening. Oh, here we go. Okay. She's a cute kitty, yes indeedy, yes indeed she is. Yes indeed she is. She's fuzzy and warm in the midst of all this craziness. Yes, she is. Thank you, kitty, thank you, kitty, thank you, kitty. Thank you, kitty, thank you, kitty, thank you, kitty. Thank you, kitty. She's a good kitty, yes indeedy, and I'm glad she's mine. She keeps me in mind. She's up for breakfast 2 hours before 9, and that's just fine. Thank you, kitty, thank you, kitty, thank you, kitty. Thank you, kitty, thank you, kitty, thank you, kitty. Thank you, kitty. Now I have to find the rest of it. Oh, I can go down here. All right, here we go. She's a sweet kitty, yes indeedy. I think she's first rate. She's a good roommate. When I'm making her dinner, she pats me on my leg to tell me that I'm doing great. Thank you, kitty, thank you, kitty, thank you, kitty. Thank you, kitty, thank you, kitty, thank you, kitty. Thank you, kitty. Thanks for listening.
That was great.
Very nice.
Thank
That was
you.
great.
We're all kitty people
Yeah.
here.
That's really nice.
Yay! Singing in nice harmony.
Okay.
You'll probably see some cats during the evening here, by the way.
Yeah.
They wonder.
Okay.
Or hear a cat at least.
Yeah, really.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, kitty people. That's cool. Cats are great.
Let's see. Can you stop sharing? I guess there's probably a button for me to make you stop sharing, but I don't know where it is.
Oh, I can unshare just a sec. We don't have to stop share. There we go. Okay.
Thank you. All right. Let's see. Who has? Oh, Walter hasn't played a song. You ready, Walter?
You're muted, Walter.
Yes, I just unmuted myself. Yeah, now this is a song I think everyone of a certain age will recognize.
I've heard of it. I don't think
So
I'm
are
even gonna have to
we-
scroll this one. It all fits on one screen.
Yeah, it fits on one screen. That's the great thing about it. This song is not heavy on words.
Yeah, it's a really deep lyrics. I like
Yeah.
it.
So
All
we
right.
ready?
Let her rip.
Okay. Uno, dos, 1, 2, tres, cuatro. Maddie told Hattie about a thing she saw. Had 2 big horns and a woolly jaw. Woolly bully, woolly bully, woolly bully, woolly bully, woolly bully. Hattie told Maddie, let's don't take no chance. Let's not be L7. Come and learn to dance. Woolly bully, woolly bully, woolly bully, woolly bully, woolly bully. Do it again. Maddie told Hattie, that's the thing to do. Get you someone really to pull the wool with you. Woolly bully, woolly bully, woolly bully, woolly bully, woolly bully.
Now, that's my kind of
I
song.
remember that one.
Good and simple, hit you on the head and then goes away.
Oh yeah. Well,
So the L7, is that that's like the number you push to get it to play? Oh.
Don't be square.
Not be
okay.
square.
Oh.
okay. Good to know.
I would have never figured that out.
I wouldn't know.
I would never have thought that. Else.
Got to be a certain age.
I guess so. Ruth Walter makes those kazoos. A
Oh, really?
handful.
No, oh, cool. It sounds very, very kazoo-like. It's a kazoo.
Thank you for being diplomatic.
Or not, when I had a rock and roll.
Here I thought it was a duck call.
I made a duck call.
Great.
When I was in a rock and roll band in high school, that was a very popular song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody liked it. And we liked to play it too because it was so easy and so fun.
Mary Jane, what song are you going to play us?
Give Yourself to Love.
Oh, okay, good, perfect.
That's a great song.
All right.
Okay. Hopefully the screen is covered with the song and you can't see my face very well. I've got a bandage because I went to the doctor today and had a biopsy just in case you were curious, but it doesn't affect, I don't think it affects my singing. There might be other things that affect my singing. Okay. then I would say that what brings us together here has blessed us all today. Love has made a circle that holds us all inside, where strangers are as family and loneliness can't hide. You must give yourself to love if love is what you're after. Open up your heart to the tears and laughter and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. I walk these mountains in the rain. I've learned to love the wind. I've been up before the sunrise to watch the day begin. I always knew I'd find you, though I never did know how. Like sunshine on a cloudy day, you stand before me now. So give yourself to love, if love is what you're after. Open up your heart to the tears and laughter and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Love is born in fire. It's planted like a seed. Love can't give you everything, but it gives you what you need. Love comes when you are ready. Love comes when you are afraid. It will be your greatest teacher, the best friend you have made. So give yourself to love, if love is what you're after. Open up your heart to the tears and laughter and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love.
Very nice.
Beautiful song. Yeah, I love that.
So the jury's
Well
in, and the bandage does not affect your singing.
Yeah.
Sounded great.
Such a great song.
Yeah.
Marty, you have a song?
Well, I didn't send one in, but I can share with you the one I'm working on.
All right. Yeah, let's hear it.
And it's a special treat tonight because this is one I don't sing on.
Yeah, that's a lot like mine. Yeah.
You get Choo Choo. You ready for me to start?
Whatever you want.
I haven't come up with an ending yet, but that's it.
Wow, that was good, man.
Look at Choo Choo, very nice.
Yeah, that sounded
Full
great.
stops.
You're figuring that out
Good.
on your own. That you got some nice harmony double stop things going on in
Yep.
there.
Well, I have one of those books that I got from Kevin. It was songs of the 30s,
Uh huh.
and that was in there. And that's in standard notation. It's not tabs or anything. So you gotta work with it, figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just love that jazzy feel to that song.
Yeah.
It sounds great.
Cool.
Someday I'll be singing it, maybe.
That'd be cool. Fred, you got a song? All right, no problem. Steve, how about you?
No song tonight.
You got anything else you want to say? Sometimes you don't have a song, but you'll.
I've got something to share. My latest build I'm working on.
Yeah.
Tell Ruth what your deal is.
Ruth, I build cigar box guitars and things like that.
Oh,
I'm doing
wow.
it's a build and swap. Different cigar box guitar luthiers are building, and I'm building this for some guy in Virginia.
Wow.
So I've got
Oh,
a kind of a unique
wow.
headstock shape there. It's kind of novel. And I have poplar inlays, not inlays here, in the fretboard so that it doesn't need dots because they're built right in. And I'm going to have a jack here with a volume knob. I'm going to put some grommets here to kind of cover these. So that's the inside.
And that's a real instrument. You can play that, and it sounds good.
It's going to be.
Yeah, that's
if you
cool.
haven't, I'll show you the last one I built here.
Yeah, can I hear it? It just sounds very cool. My goodness.
The one I'm building, I haven't put strings in yet.
Channel called
This one's going to be through body. The strings will go through the back here, and they'll come out the top here, and I'll have a floating bridge.
Oh.
So this will be acoustic electric, 3-string, a baritone ukulele scale. It'll
Oh,
be
that sounds
tuned
so cool.
GDG. Well, this is the last one I built here. Popsicle box.
Yeah.
Is that a cigar box? What is that?
No, this is a popsicle box.
Oh, wow. Yay.
Down here in South Texas, we eat a lot of popsicles.
Like sweet music, yeah.
It's out of tune right now, but it's playable.
Cool.
I have a YouTube channel. You can watch it there if you want. It's called Steve's
That's so
Strings.
cool. Yeah, if you post it, I'll take a look.
It's okay. I'll put the link down.
Yeah, okay.
That's it for me.
That's so cool.
Is everybody gone then?
I think
I think
Yeah,
so.
To beer time? After we come back from beer, I'll replay my song just for the sake of the recording.
As I mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
I don't have any beer, but I'm going to mix you a good one of these and some water. So I'll see you in a minute.
All right.
Thank you all. It's just dinner time here in Colorado, so I've got to go.
Enjoy
Thank
your
you,
dinner.
Good
See
night.
you, Fred.
Okay, Ruth, I just posted it in the chat.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to stick it in my notepad so I don't lose it.
Yeah.
Here.
I'll go ahead and tune it up, and then let you.
There it is.
How easily is that thing going to hold together, though? The cardboard guitar.
There we go.
Better than I thought, because this is actually pretty sturdy cardboard. And really, I mean, I thought that the lid might get depressed, but I did reinforce it in there. I don't know if you can see the reinforcement. I took the lid here and glued it down, and you can see it on the inside there. And I put some little strips of wood in the top here, and I screwed the neck onto. But it's holding up just fine.
And the hole doesn't have to be in the middle, huh? The hole's on the top?
Yeah, it's here on the top. Yeah, I mean, the sound comes toward me. So, which of course the player, I mean, that's who wants to hear it anyway, probably. But in a crowd here, like it's probably not very loud for you. But for me, it's really loud. Let me tune it up here.
Lovely.
There we go.
Sounds good. I guess we could just throw away our expensive ukuleles and pick up a
I mean, I
cigar.
don't know. This one's pretty, but I kind of like this one. It's colorful.
Looks like a disposable ukulele. You know, you play a concert with it and then you toss
Play
it.
it once and throw it away.
Yeah.
That's the nice thing about my cigar box ukuleles. Like if I wanted to, I could like leave them in the trunk of the car because it's a solid neck, and the glue board, the fretboard is glued on, but it's not really under tension. So even in the trunk of the car, it's not really going to overheat so much it's going to fall apart like this one would. So it's got some benefits of it.
Steve, I was going to ask you about the fretboard on the one you're building. Is poplar a hardwood, or do you need an especially hardwood for a fretboard?
You know, technically poplar is a hardwood, but there are actually some pines that are actually harder. On the Jenka scale, radiata pine is harder than poplar is. But this other wood is, it's like a mahogany or something. I picked up some scraps of it at Woodcrafters. I basically just put that together. I've seen other guys, they'll use either poplar or maple if they have maple, but I don't have maple.
Is the hardness of the fretboard an important characteristic, or could it be soft
Well,
wood?
the harder the wood, the better it transmits the vibration and all that, which is why necks are usually mahogany or okume or some, tropical hardwood. But this one is poplar. The neck is poplar. So.
The cat.
Okay. The box is pine.
I was thinking of the hardness is just a wear factor for, especially if you have like a wound string, the metal might.
Yeah.
So I know guys who put rulers, like those wooden rulers you get at Lowe's. They'll use those for fretboard.
Yardsticks.
Really?
Yeah, exactly. And they're
Yardsticks.
that's a soft wood. But,
Yeah. I have a couple of questions. You don't mind waiting for just a minute, Paul?
Go ahead. Ask away.
Yeah, I'm going to build one for Brenda.
Yeah.
Brenda, we're in the beer drinking phase. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Yes, me too. Anyway, so I have all the components together, and I sent you an email indicating that, and I don't know, if you could email me back as to how I can get them to you. Okay.
Well, if you go to my YouTube channel on the About section, it has my mailing address there.
Oh, okay.
You just mail those to
it
me.
to you then?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Second question. My favorite ukulele, the tuner seems to be slipping a bit. Yeah, the pegs don't want to hold on as well as they used to. So to fix that, do we need to just tighten the tuners, or do we need to put in better tuners?
Did you
It
try
could be
using a
either one.
screwdriver to
Yeah.
tighten the individual pegs?
Yeah, if you have open gear tuners, you may just be able to tighten that one screw and that might fix it.
No, they're closed.
They're closed gear?
Yeah, they're closed.
Yeah, that may be problematic then. Because like these here are open gear tuners and there's a screw right in the middle. And sometimes you just snug down that screw and it won't slip.
Okay.
But if it's slipping, tuning machines aren't that expensive. So.
This is open.
Oh, I see.
So that means what?
So,
It means what?
I said if you have the open gear tuners, you can tighten the screw. But if they're closed gear tuners, there's not a whole lot you can do. But again, tuning machines aren't expensive. You can always just swap them out.
Okay. So it might be just as easy to just, I got some Grovers and I just figured I would use those, and maybe you can find some, lay around tuners to put on the uke that you're going to build for me.
I have tuning machines here if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Thank you.
All right, no
All
problem.
right.
I need to build another one. Halloween's coming, so I want to make one for Halloween.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Can I show you the one I made last year for Halloween?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been having a whole room of nothing but ukuleles.
This was last year's.
Oh, that's
It's a Halloween tin, and it has a raven on it. And so the headstock is
I
supposed
really
to
like
match
that.
the raven's beak there.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
And
You done good.
the bridge here came from a SpongeBob plastic ukulele.
Okay.
And the strap buttons came from a Guitar Hero toy guitar, as did the strap. And
That was so cool.
and the nut is a bolt that came from a chair my neighbor was throwing out. I harvested the hardware off it, and the string, what do you call the string retainer, whatever you call it? It's just two eye screws and a nail. And this is the second set of tuners. The original tuners came off of a Disney princess toy guitar, but they actually broke. They were so cheap, so I put these good ones on. But this one's fretless. So you got to play it with a slide. I have the slider on here somewhere. There we go. Yeah, I have it's like a pumpkin tin I got last year, and I was to make a little ukulele out of it. Oh, I forgot. On the back,
Ah.
down here in San Antonio,
Yeah.
Dia de los Muertos. Anyway, here.
Pretty good.
Learn how to play it.
Some good Halloween
better with
style
ukulele.
blues.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
You
Hey,
get to be
speaking
pretty
of
good at
Halloween-
that slide.
Are any of y'all planning on individually contributing to the Lost Ukulele Society's song this time?
I will.
What is the song this time?
Yoshimi, what's
Oh.
the last
Battles
part?
the killer
Battle-
robots or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird song.
I had never heard of that song until
I had to
Bob
look
said
it up, and I'm like, really?
Kidding. Okay.
Jen tells me that there's quite a bit of interest on it.
I was noticing on the views, the video view count is pretty high for a new video.
Huh.
I like the 6 bobs. That was great.
Yeah.
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 He's up to 6.
He had 6 on this one, yeah.
I got one more question about ukuleles and building. I was looking at a YouTube video of this guy who just goes to cigar stores and, you know, buys their old cigar boxes, right? And he'll come out with like 12 of them or something. And he does some pretty nice stuff. But acoustically, is it? I mean, I really like the found stuff with the tin cans and such, but I think that you would get better tonal quality if you had an actual wooden cigar box. Is that true?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, this particular one, the lid is MDF, which is with a medium density fiber board. It does not resonate very well. So these are really better as electric ones.
Right.
But I've had some, I used an Oliva box, which is laminate, like a plywood, and I used a Padron cigar box. And they sound as good as some laminate ukuleles I've seen. Because basically it's a thin layer of laminate wood. And you can actually thin them out depending on how many layers they have. You can go on the inside and you can actually sand it, because like this one had paper on the inside. And I sanded the paper off, and you can get it a little bit thinner to help with the resonance a bit. But yeah, I've made some that sound pretty good.
If you want to go and get cigar boxes, the best place to go is one of the big liquor stores.
Really? Okay.
Oh yeah,
Like
they
X?
always have a cigar department, and usually outside the door, there's a rack where they put the cigar boxes. You know, some of them are really bad, some of them are okay, but checking out in liquor stores is the best place to find them.
Okay, so
Yeah,
any
there
particular
or cigar
liquor
shops.
store?
I'm trying to think. Basically, all the ones that I know, they have a cigar department in them. But you know, sometimes they have a lot of them. They clean things out, and there's a huge pile. Other times, there's almost nothing.
Okay. Well, I will try to lay hands on a cigar box too, just for
Well,
fun.
There's a side
I have
biscuit that's
like
no alcohol.
50 or 60 of them. So I've got
Oh,
plenty.
really?
And you can get yourself a bottle of scotch if you're disappointed by what they have.
Brenda, if you go to my channel,
Funny you should say that, because I've only got a half a bottle of scotch left, and sometime early next year I'm going to need another bottle of scotch.
Oh, mine would not
There
last
you
here.
Well, if you go to my channel, you'll see I did a build, an Australian themed build that got sent to Australia. And I used an Oliva box, and it sounded remarkably good. I've got some more of those. So if you'd rather have that than your tin, let me know.
That would be great.
Yeah,
I think
tins,
I'd rather have
their tins are
a
cute.
wooden one.
I've done a couple of tin ones, and one of them, it sounds like a steel drum. It's like a banjo ukulele, and it has very steel drummers kind of sound.
Huh.
Here's one of the boxes that I got at a liquor store. Right now, I've been storing kazoos in there. But,
nice.
You can get it. This is about as big as you can get.
Fuentes are good, though the lids are usually MDF.
This has actual wood.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes those lids on the Arturo Fuentes are MDF. What you do, you scrape the side of the lid, and you can see if it has layers, then it's plywood. If it doesn't, then it's MDF.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, at any rate.
Well, Mary Jane, you're usually good for another song. You got anything else tonight?
Yeah, I have one, but I know Paul's going to do his. I thought he might want to do his first. But I'll do it whenever Paul wants me to.
You act like I'm
or
in
by
charge.
acclamation of the group.
Before I forget, I will. Ruth, I posted an email address. If you're interested, we have an email reflector, and then you can send an email to that, and then I will add you to our email list.
Oh, that's a nice idea.
And then what'll happen is after a while, I'll post links to these videos that we're recording tonight.
Yeah, this is such a pleasant group. It's really nice to meet you all. Yeah.
Likewise.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah.
And the other thing I wanted to tell you before I forget is we were talking a minute ago about Bob and this video thing. That's part of the Austin Ukulele Society. If you want to Google that, let's see, Austin Ukulele Society. There's something in the chat. We have a monthly meeting with a much bigger group, and that's run by a guy named Bob Guz, who's a really great singer and ukulele player, and he'll put together a really nice arrangement once a month and teach us a lesson on how to play it. And then afterwards, some people, anybody who's interested, will send in a play-along video, and Marty will edit it together into a virtual group play.
Oh,
And here in a minute, I'll post a couple of links to samples of those so you'll know what I'm talking about.
okay.
So anyway, if you're looking for more ukulele stuff, that might be
Oh,
of interest.
that's great. Thank you. Mm,
Okay, I think that's all I wanted to say before you begin, Mary Jane. So take it away.
Okay. What we got here? Yeah, I've been singing this song for a long time, and this version is different than the version I usually sing, but I just decided since we had one, and why not use the one that the group already has, because some people might have practiced it, they might really like it. And it's a shorter version too, so that might be advantageous. But at any rate, I just wanted to make you aware that there was definitely different arrangements of this song floating around. One evening as the sun went down and the jungle fires were burning, down the track came a hobo hiking, and he said, "Boys, I'm not turning. I'm headed for a land that's far away beside the crystal fountain. So come with me and we'll go see the big rock candy mountain. In the big rock candy mountains, there's a land that's fair and bright, where the handouts grow on bushes and you sleep out every night, where the boxcars are all empty and the sun shines every day on the birds and the bees and the cigarette trees and the lemonade springs, where the bluebird sings on the big rock candy mountain. In the big rock candy mountains, all the cops have wooden legs, and the bulldogs all have rubber teeth, and the hens lay soft-boiled eggs. The farmers' trees are full of fruit, and the barns are full of hay. I'm bound to go where the rain don't snow, where the rain don't fall, and the wind don't blow, in the big rock candy mountains. In the big rock candy mountains, you never change your socks, and little streams of alcohol come a-trickling down the rocks. The brakemen have to tip their hats, and the railroad bulls are blind. There's a lake of stew and whiskey too. You can paddle all around in a big canoe in the big rock candy mountains. In the big rock candy mountains, the jails are made of tin, and you can walk right out again as soon as you are in. There ain't no short-handed troubles, no axes, saws, or picks. I'm going to stay where you sleep all day, where they hung the jerk that invented work in the big rock candy mountains. I'll see you all this coming fall in the big rock candy mountain.
Nice.
What? Very engagement on the music.
Sounds like my kind of place.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
forgotten how much I like that song.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of code or innuendo there somewhere. But
Yeah. Well, I like hobo songs, and
Yeah,
this is one that's real pleasant and happy. A lot of the hobo songs are kind of sad because hobos really did have a pretty bad life. But some people romanticized the life
They
of
still do.
hobo. And this is definitely one romanticization of the hobo.
One came out in 1928 before the stock market crash and the Great Depression, so maybe that's why it was a little bit more upbeat than.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the people that got laid off before the stock market crash.
Crashed in 27.
Is that who the hobos were? People who got laid off?
No, well, I'm just kind of making an analogy to our current situation. I wasn't around in 1928, so I don't know exactly what happened, but we know what happened this time, and we don't have as many hobos, but we have a large homeless population, which is they're just staying in one place these days instead of riding the rails.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I mean, from what I understand, there was a fair amount of people that have taken dives out of really tall windows in 1928.
But those weren't hobos.
They weren't hobos.
The rich
They were
people in the
very
upper
unhappy,
middle
though, that they had no money
class.
anymore.
Formerly rich.
The formerly.
It says here that a hobo, this is Wikipedia, unlike a tramp who works only when forced to, or a bum who does not work at all, a hobo is a traveling worker.
Okay.
I didn't realize there was a
Very
difference.
good. I didn't realize
No,
that.
I just looked it up. No.
That
It was kind of the upper crust of the home.
distinct difference.
Yeah, you're
Right, the hobo's the upper.
Yeah, well, I knew that a bum was, if you called somebody a bum, you were really insulting them a lot more than if you called them a tramp. And then a hobo seemed to be a little bit, I could sense the hierarchy.
Yeah.
I didn't sense the meaning.
Good eye, that's why I looked it up.
Ruth, I just added some things to the chat that are all Austin Ukulele Society links.
Okay.
A website. The second one is this month's video that Marty just posted. And the third one is just the YouTube channel.
I feel like I'm at a birthday party or something. You guys are all so welcoming. So pleasant.
I moved to Texas from upstate New York when I was 13, and the first thing I noticed was people are really friendly here.
Oh, that's wild. What part of upstate New York?
Elmira,
It rings a bell. It rings a
down
bell.
the Pennsylvania border.
Okay.
Ruth, you
My
said you're
stepmom
from
lives over in
Woodstock
Norwich.
area?
Sorry?
Ruth, you
My
said you
stepmom
were,
lives over in Norwich.
Norwich is
Norwich?
Ruth is from the Woodstock area, is that right?
Yeah, I live near Woodstock.
How far is that out of New York City?
It's about 2.5 miles north, and it's a pretty big tourist industry, and people have been moving up here from the city. Yeah.
My wife wanted me to tell you how much she loves the Woodstock area. We vacationed there once, rented the cabin in the woods, and I don't know how long we were there, a week or two, I don't remember, for the fall colors. It was great. It was a beautiful little town. Went to a drum
How
circle.
far is it to West Point?
Oh, you went to the drum circle? Okay.
Yeah.
Ruth,
It's
did
near
you
West
write
Point,
that
yeah.
song?
Oh, the kitty song?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote the kitty song. Yeah, I like to write songs. Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote a song about a cat, a couple of cats also.
Oh, really? Do you have it? Do you want to play it?
I would love to hear one of your songs, Mary Jane.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'd have to hunt for it, maybe on another occasion. I've already sung 2 songs and I'd have to start digging it up, but yeah, I think one of them I've already played, the Fat Cat Hercules.
Oh, the fat
It was
cat
about a
Hercules?
famous cat, and then I have my own cat is an orange cat, and I wrote the orange cat blues about him. So that would probably be the one I would play since it was about my own cat.
Well, this is an excellent reason for to come back.
Right. You'll have to hear the cat views.
She'll promise to sing the song next time.
I
Okay.
will. I have to sing something.
I may, well,
Will be.
I may be able to dig up a link to the last time you sang a cat song. It's probably one of those. So I can send that out in the email too.
You sing a lot of songs, Mary Jane? You write a lot of songs?
Well, I have written a lot of songs, and when we first started doing this, I did 12 songs in a row. Then
Wow.
whenever it was my turn, I told them that was going to be a kind of a challenge to myself, to do an original song every time. And then after I'd done about 12, I felt like people were probably sick of them, and it was time to start doing. I've got more, but I was picking some that I thought they might like, and it's always hard to say what people are going to like, but I don't think I've done the Orange Cat Blues, though.
Your story
that's
songs are wonderful.
I look forward to the songs you've written.
Yeah, I will second that, Mary Jane.
Yeah.
I think regardless of the subject matter,
Maybe they never got recorded because Kevin was in charge during the very beginning
right?
when a bunch of them were done.
That's true. Well, I think every meeting we've had has been recorded, but not every meeting has indexes into the individual songs.
Oh, the indexes are great. Those it's really nice to go right smack to what you want to hear.
For all the work you do on this, Paul and Marty.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, no trouble.
Yeah.
Paul.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I think this is a great forum. I mean, I've really responded. I think I'm working much harder on my music, and since we've been doing this, and of course, not having all that much to do is also motivating. But just because we have this, it's this opportunity to play a song, and you're not going to play it unless you're really working at it and trying hard and want it to be as good as possible. And when you were just going to a group sing, you really didn't have that motivation. I love group singing, but this provides a more motivation for getting better, really practicing.
I totally agree.
Sitting in around Sunday evening, and it's like, we got to find a song.
We got to figure out our song.
Yeah, Sunday evening is if I'm thinking about it Sunday for the first time, I'm really in a panic.
We played the song before them, but it's like Sunday. It's like, oh crap, we don't know our song yet. We better start working.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think learning a new song, of course, most of the songs I've played, I've sort of at least halfway knew, or some of them I've known well before I played it. But we've done a lot of these meetings by now, so I've run through what little repertoire I had.
Yeah.
And now it's like pretty high stakes. It's like I've got to find a new song and learn it before Tuesday night.
Sometimes I have a real trouble finding something I want to play. I spend a lot of time starting something, oh, not that one, not that one.
Yep.
Might I suggest the San Jose Ukulele Society?
You might.
They have a songbook of 687 songs.
Whoa!
And I have downloaded them all. Just so I can have enough to flip through to see what is even remotely feasible for me to play.
And then another problem I have is that I've got kind of a low voice, and so a lot of the songs I have to change the key, and some of them it takes a long time, and But yeah, that's great. I saw that on your sheet, and I thought, oh, I need to make a note of it. Thank you, Paul. I do also use
Osbekaz is nice because you can change the key on their page.
There. Oh, okay, yeah.
I know about that one.
You may have to poke around, but there's a button to change the key.
I mean,
the Ultimate Guitar site has a bunch of ukulele songs, and you can transpose them
Yeah.
just by clicking, plus or minus.
Hmm.
I don't really understand the keys all that much, but if I find one that I find too challenging, I just start tinkering with the transposition until it comes down to a reasonable number of chords.
Oh,
So,
San Jose one on there,
Okay.
on the chat.
Guys, I'm gonna sign out. My wife's reminding me that our chickens are still out and the raccoons are probably hungry.
Oh no!
So I gotta go tuck 'em in.
Save the chickens.
oh no.
See you, Steve.
Yeah, I got backyard chickens. So I gotta put them away.
Right.
You need a
Bye,
backyard.
guys.
Okay, well, take care of your chickens.
Thanks.
Say hi.
Bye.
Well,
Hi.
You know, another good source I use is like the University Club of Santa Cruz. Just laughing. And the reason I didn't send it in is I don't know if all those graphics and stuff kind of screw it up, and I didn't want to retype the whole thing, you know.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Well, we can give it a try. Just send whatever you have.
okay, you notice I rarely do that. Sorry.
Well, you don't have to send anything in. I never put anything on the screen. Do you want to know a secret? I never put anything on the screen when I'm playing because when I go back and watch the video, I like to see people's reactions and I don't care to see the sheet music. I want to see if people are singing along or if they're like, oh, this song, can't believe it.
That reminds me, you have to do your song.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
there's
we do it again.
song, Paul.
Right.
All right, I'll do it.
Very nice.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Very nice.
I think it was better the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Paul, did you take or play a musical instrument before you played the ukulele?
I took piano lessons when I was a kid for a pretty long time. I wasn't a great piano player because I didn't want to learn any theory. My teachers didn't really appreciate that of me, but they did force me to learn a little bit of theory. Like she made me learn how to play scales in every key. So by that, I learned the circle of fifths, sort of, kind of.
Yeah.
And but anyway, I gave that up about 10th grade. I was in the high school marching band, but after I dropped that junior year,
Hard to do
and
that
so
with the piano.
and then I never played anything until just a few years ago when I picked this up.
Wow.
So anyway,
Yeah.
I spend an embarrassing amount of time playing the ukulele, though. So if
Nothing wrong with that.
Time well spent. Yeah, time well spent.
Yeah.
totally time well spent. Maybe not the most effective way to make progress, I guess, because I feel like for the amount of time I've put in, I ought to be better than I am. But whatever.
Actually, you progressed so much; it's very apparent.
And thanks.
Yeah.
One thing I've been doing that I think made it easy to pick that song up, easier anyway, is scale practice. Because that's just scales up and down. The finger motions are pretty familiar just from playing scales. So.
You said you were picking that, right? Do you have? I'm doing Kevin Carroll's Ukulele Kaylee, the Irish and Scottish music, and I'm having fits with a pick. I lose track of where I am, what string,
Oh, that is super hard. And this song doesn't ever, I don't think it ever skips a string. So it makes it easier to play with the pick. Like every note is either on the string you're on or the adjacent string. But if you ever skip a string, I'm very bad at that. That's a real weakness of mine.
Gary, are you in Kevin's Wednesday class, or are you just working with the book?
In his Wednesday class, although, there's some professionals in that class apparently. And he's got he breaks some songs down into like 8 parts,
Yeah.
So if you just want to strum a G chord, the whole song, you can do it, So, but,
I like it too.
but I'm in it to kind of learn the music. So
Yeah.
it's tough. I get all lost, with my fingers, I can find out where I am, but with a pick, I'm just all over the place.
I haven't
Even
done much with a pick either. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can do your scale practice with the pick. And
That would help.
Practice.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I have come up with the Alaska pick. Okay.
Yeah.
Because my fingers were starting to hurt so much, I didn't want to play. So, and I've been maniacally buying pick after pick after pick and trying to find one that doesn't drown out my voice, which is not that projective anyway. But this is the only thing that I found that works. And I was just incredibly pleased when it actually worked. Just a tip. Don't even bother with the smaller versions. Get the large size.
Could you show us this again?
Show us what it looks
It's called an Alaska pick.
Alaska, like the state?
Like the state. And
Okay.
you can't find it at the local guitar store. You have to buy it off of Amazon.
Oh.
But it sort of gives you a plastic fingernail, right?
Yes, exactly.
Did you play it on your Walkin' After Midnight? Did you use that?
Yes. Yes. And I mean, you're supposed to put it like under your nail, but that kind of hurts. I just put it over the nail and just hold it to the point where it doesn't get out of hand. But I really, really like it. And
Isn't that more like kind of enhancing your finger instead of like what Paul was talking about as a flat pick, right, Paul?
Yeah.
right, right.
So I'm playing
Regular
just
guitar
one of
pick.
these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brenda,
yeah.
Brenda, can you give us a demonstration of what it sounds like?
Oh, well, okay, I can try. Let's see. We'll just go from chord to chord.
And that's
It-
different from a single finger?
Yes. Well, it's just my middle finger that I use. Some people just use it on their index finger, but I find this is actually better using the middle finger.
Okay, thanks.
And do you play it both up and down or just
Yeah, yeah. See, and if I use a regular pick, it's see if I can find a regular pick. It's really loud, and this is not so loud. I mean, it's a good happy medium.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I got one more question. Microphones.
All right,
Does
good luck.
does anybody yeah. Does anybody use microphones to play over Zoom?
Yeah,
We
I
do.
think Jack does.
We do.
I'm
you-
using them.
What kind of
I went to
microphones
Best
do you?
Buy 3 times yesterday trying to find one that worked.
Yeah, well, see, I tried to get one, but I got one from Amazon, but it's only like you plug it into your iPad and you record with it. You can't. I don't think you can. I don't think it works like if I was singing to the group with the group or to the group. So I sent it back, but you know, I know that I can. People can barely hear me singing, but you know, and I'd like to project a little bit more, but I don't want to get really loud.
I think
You've been pretty good.
I think you've been
Sounded
good.
good tonight, and then the last couple of times too. Your voice is coming through.
Okay. Well, maybe I'm just getting more confident with my playing, and I don't feel quite as it's like, oh, don't listen.
Yeah, I think your voice has sounded fine. Your
Okay.
ukulele is closer to the microphone, so it is loud compared to your voice, but your voice is
Okay.
totally audible and clear.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I think that maybe you
So-
noticed tonight that it was a little more so than when you started.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll play for my sister sometimes. She says, well, when you feel more comfortable with your playing, your voice will get louder. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Well, that's back to Paul's earlier point. It'd be nice if we had some way to hear ourselves, or at least have some meters, you know, to know how much you're driving it.
Yeah.
Well,
Kind of going blind here.
Mm-hmm.
it's funny you should say that, because last night, as an experiment, I went ahead and just recorded myself playing this song on my iPhone and played it back just to see how it went and what I needed to work on more. But that was instructive.
I record myself practicing all the time and listen to it back, because you can hear mistakes in a recording that you can't hear while you're playing. When I'm playing, I hear what I want to hear. When I listen to the recording,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really useful.
Yeah, I don't usually hear what I want to hear.
I always listen to the videos, you know, what Paul sends out, just to. I like to hear my own performance for critiquing purposes, and sometimes I hear the mistakes for sure, but there's nothing I can do about them. You know, a lot of times I just figure, well, my voice sometimes cracks and doesn't do what it's supposed to do, and then if I miss a chord, you know, I can hear that too. But that you could work on and not do that.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
recordings are a good way to practice.
Yeah, I'll do it sometimes. I'm never going to play that in front of anybody. You know?
Well, I'm glad that you played the Big Rock Candy Mountain, because I almost picked that to play, but I determined that it was a little it had too many one note change to chord, one note change to chord.
Mm-hmm.
So you did a lot better than I could have, Mary Jane.
Well, this version didn't have as many chords in it as my old version did.
Ah, okay.
I got my chords out of Rise Up Singing, the Bible songbook for folk music enthusiasts, and
right.
And this version was different, and one of the features was it didn't have quite as many chords, but it still you could sing it though. So I just thought, well, this is the one that's in ukulele format. So I was just stuck with it for us.
Yeah.
But
Well,
there
it's a
are
great
other
song, and I'm glad you're glad you played it.
Well, thanks.
Was that the one that there was a B minor, A minor, G riff at the end of a line a couple times, or
That was
somebody
Let It
played
Be.
that? It was hard
No,
to
that
hard
was
to
Yeah, that
believe.
was nice though. Which tune was that?
That was Let It Be.
Let it be.
Let it.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beyond my competence at this point.
Beyond my
Someday, when I get older.
You'll ever just noodle, just start playing and see
So-
where it goes?
I don't know if I could
do that
call
all
it
the
that.
time. I'm like,
Oh, you're really good.
just play.
Sounds
It comes
great.
out, I mean,
Yeah. Almost
I don't know, I
started
just love to
dancing.
do that. I sit around all the time just, you were talking about chord progressions, just find a chord progression. It has to have a song associated with it.
Yeah. So I've been playing with the radio, but mostly that involves trying to find the key and
Yep.
play a scale that fits the song. But it's different from what you're talking about.
Yeah, but when I really first started out, I figured the scales got to help, so I played scales a lot.
Hmm.
And I found the more I played scales, the more I could play along with other, with songs on the radio.
Yeah,
I'm
for sure.
gonna try playing scales because you guys are giving me because I want to sort of learn to finger pick, but I get real confused about all the different frets and strings. I'm gonna start practicing scales. That might help.
Well,
So
the nice thing about learning scales, especially if you learn it at different positions, is it's movable. Like the C scale, see, you start out the fifth fret here.
Yeah.
Well, then you can move it up to D. D. C.
maybe.
D. How you gonna do it? Here.
So my suggestion, Ruth, is learn the pentatonic scale, like a major pentatonic scale, because you can play that. If if you have a C pentatonic, you can play any note out of that scale, and it'll sound good on a song that's played in C.
Oh, you mean like maybe I'll learn all the medieval scales, like the Mixolydian and the Phrygian. Maybe I'll learn all those scales too.
Well, the pentatonic scale is super easy to use in an
If you
improv
learn
type
a
of way.
scale like your pentatonic scale, you just move 2 frets up and you're another whole note up, So like moving from C to D, it's just further up the neck is all.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, it's so fascinating, the whole thing with frets and strings. It's kind of like this whole, because I know piano pretty, somewhat a bit. I took lessons for a million years, but the guitar and the ukulele is just this whole nother thing. And I haven't really tried to finger pick. Like I learned, what's that song? Songbird by Fleetwood Mac. I did learn to finger pick that with the chords, but I haven't learned anything with, moving up and down the frets at all. Like not one bit, except for, whatchamacallit, like, a little bit of claw hammer kind of thing. I fiddled with that with the notation a little bit. That's pretty confusing. But I did learn one little thing that this guy taught. And it's just like a whole world. It's nice to go to a group because thank you, just thank you guys. I'm getting an idea.
Anything you can learn in closed position, you can move elsewhere. Like the B flat, and that's a great chord because you got B flat, B, C, D, E, F, or like the D. Everybody talks about E being so hard, but you just move up the fret. Anything you can cover all 4 strings in, you're in good shape. Another one's like G. You got C up here. Or A right there. Just, if you can cover all 4 strings, you just count your way up, and it's great.
Yeah, that's a good point. I never thought about that. Yeah.
Like going from a C to a C7, you know, it's a C is a 5, 4, 3, 3. The C7th, you just bar that first one, and you do a 3, 4, 3, 3. And when you got that, you've got the B flat 7th, you got the C7th, you got a D7th there. I mean, once you figure out a chord, when all 4 strings are covered, you got the whole fretboard open to you.
Yeah, if you want to use all 4 of your fingers, that's like really, you know, it's really hard work to use all 4 of your fingers and get it accurate and sounding good.
Yeah, getting that pinky to do its job is a trick.
Yeah.
Boy.
But actually, the hardest one for me to play, I've been kind of lazy about the D minor 7, which uses all 4 fingers. Like every time I see a D minor 7, it's so hard for me to get my pinky down there and accurate and everything. Whenever I see a D minor 7, I do a D minor right now.
So D minor 7th has a C on the first string, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a D minor with a C added.
You see, to my earlier point, once you get that, E minor 7th quite easily.
Oh, B minor 7.
So you just play D minor and put your pinky on the C, where you play the C?
We're talking about D minor 7, so that's
Start with a D minor.
2, 2, 1, 3.
Oh, that's not too hard. That's doable. That's doable. What chord is that? The B minor 7 with the C chord
I
down?
thought that's what you were talking about, Ruth.
Oh no, I was talking about like you play a D minor and then you stick your pinky down. That's a D minor 7.
D is in David.
Ruth, when you say you put your pinky down on what string and fret?
The pinky's on the 3rd fret, the C note, the 3rd fret, the bottom string.
Okay, that's what we were saying.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. What were you guys saying about the B minor 7, and then you put?
I think one of us just misheard a D as a B.
Yeah,
I was saying D minor 7th, move up 2 frets, so you've got an E minor 7th. That's what I was saying.
Oh, E minor 7.
Move up 2 frets. Or you get an F minor.
Okay, amigos, I'm going to have to run on. We'll see you next week.
Okay.
See you, Brenda.
See you, Brenda.
Night, everybody.
Good
night.
Good night.
Well, Ruth, it's been good having you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, too many details. That's okay. Confusing. It was really nice. Thank you very much. I am going. It was very nice to meet everybody. Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Ruth. Thanks for
All right.
joining.
You could tell you had your strum down real good when you
Yeah,
did the kitty song.
I would like to come next week. I have to sincerely check in and see why I couldn't possibly do that, yeah. So goodbye and thank you.
Good night.
Hi.
Okay.
Surprised we didn't see Saleh tonight. He seemed so excited, you know. He was in the Austin Ukulele Society meeting. He was the chat line. He was really talking about coming to see us tonight.
Al?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I sent him a link, and you put him on the list.
Yeah, he should have gotten the reminder yesterday.
Maybe he just didn't want to face us. He's from
Well,
Alpha, Oklahoma. And after winning the game, he probably figured we'd be all upset.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have to go. I haven't had any supper yet. I'm
all
starting
right.
to feel
See
like
you, Mary
Fred.
Jane.
It's
I'm
time
gonna
for
have to go. I'm out
supper.
of alcohol.
It's late
Take
tonight.
care, Mary Jane.
Good night, everybody.
Good
Good night.
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 That's where we need to talk about Walter and Paul.
What about us?
I was just going to say, do we have anything we need to talk about? I
Oh.
have been terribly behind on getting information and the straw man for this sidecar file for Paul Maine.
Yeah.
But I promise I'll get back to that.
Okay. Well, I don't think there's any terrible rush or deadline, so
Well,
whatever.
But the problem is, if we leave it too long, it gets to where I don't even remember it,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think we had a pretty good sketch of first pass at what belongs in that file.
I got terribly balled up on this last video. Oh my God, it was horrible.
You did have a lot of people to wrangle into it.
Well, the worst thing was I got in the middle of. I changed from Windows 8 to Windows 10 last month.
You were on Windows 8 that recently?
Yeah, well, I'm a slow learner. So I updated to Windows 10, and somewhere in that process, it changed some of my places that save things
Yeah.
to the OneDrive,
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft OneDrive. And I didn't realize till I was about 3/4 of the way through this compilation that some of my stuff was going up to the OneDrive. Well, that slows everything down so bad. If I'm working on a file and I
Yeah.
save it, I just want it saved and just leave me alone. But it's saved. Now it's uploading all that stuff up to the internet and
Big
the
files
cloud.
too.
And so then I thought, okay, well, I finally made it through it, and I got the video finished. I sent it to Bob and sent a copy to you and to Jen. And it was a couple days later that Bob hadn't actually played it,
Yeah.
So he sent me an email and said, well, you got two problems with chords in two spots. So I said, well, no big deal. I go back. Well, meanwhile, I had done some house cleaning and cleaned out a bunch of stuff off that OneDrive. Well, then I had some files that were missing.
Oh no.
So when I was trying to compile it, or they call it render it, it said files are missing. I thought, well, Then I looked at them. They were WAV files from my previous getting all the audio together.
Mm-hmm.
I said, let me just see if it works. Even so, and it did. It worked. So I was able to do that chord correction. Finally, I said, I'm done. I just got all balled up. There were 14 different contributors plus Bob. So that means I have all these different audio feeds.
Yeah.
And I've discovered through that process that when I have that many, what I need to do is do pre-processing on all of them ahead of time. Like you, in fact, you're the one that suggested it to me to get the compression and the reverb and all that. Try to make each individual one as good as I can, and then do a mix all together of audio without even looking at the video part.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll all, once I have a good audio stream in there, the video can compile against that one audio and it works a lot quicker.
That seems a lot easier to manage to me, to
Yeah,
work on audio alone.
Before I brought them all up where I had the video and the audio, and I was sliding the video and audio to try to get it synchronized. And that's doable when you have 6 or 8 people. When you get 14, it was just terrible.
I think it's not really going to be that big a deal if the video is not quite in sync. You got a bunch of people on the screen at once, and one of them's not strumming with. In fact, in the video you just pushed, I'm not strumming. I'm not strumming with anybody else, and who cares? It doesn't matter.
Well, then another
More
thing
entertaining that way.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
discovered through that Well, once you get beyond about 10 people, people can't hear themselves that much.
Right.
Well, there was one lady that her voice and her uke didn't come through at all.
Yeah.
Because what happened was, poor thing, and for some reason, whatever her timing was we'd be on the, beat 3, well, she'd be a little behind. And by the next time, beat 2, she's a little ahead, and it's like, oh,
It wasn't
man.
a little either. It was a big change. It was
Yeah,
amazing how late and early she
where
could
is
be.
that coming from, And you're the one that helped me figure out who it was. And I finally just said, no sound from her. And I bet she doesn't know she's not in that.
It's hard to tell. I can't hear my own voice in this one.
It's funny, I've listened to them enough. I can hear yours pretty well. I can hear, Jay.
I can hear Jay's voice. And I can hear my uke, but I can't hear my voice. It's weird.
So anyway, but I'm having fun with it.
That turned out good. I didn't know what you were going to do with it, but just having like a mosaic of people on the screen, I thought it looked great.
Well, the thing I thought that composition brought was it showed that we're really all playing,
Yeah.
a bunch of us. Whereas when you just have one person on the screen and they slide them in and out, you don't get that feel of everybody playing.
Is this up anywhere?
Yeah. I sent an email out on it.
Oh, okay. I'll have to go back and look.
But just go to Austin Ukulele Society. He's got it up there.
On the Austin Ukulele Society YouTube
Yeah, the
channel.
YouTube.
Okay. Anyway, I'm going to need to go, but what I'd like to do is I'm no good at this stuff with the files and the digital stuff, but what I'd like to do is simply talk to you guys about the content.
Mm-hmm.
I want to work on the content because I think that's really what I'm capable of doing. So, but
And that's the hardest job once we get the structure set up.
right. So I'd like to eventually somehow talk to you guys about what should be on the content because
Not sure you know what
possible there's just too much stuff. So anyway,
maybe we should set up a meeting between the three of us. Do you have a timeline when you'd like to talk it through?
Why don't I come up with the structure of this sidecar again?
All right.
Email it to everybody. Let's get that started again and see if we can come up with a consensus between the three of us about what we tell Paul we'd like to have.
Yeah.
And then maybe we can do the emails to that and then schedule a meeting where we can talk about Walter's discussion.
Sounds good.
okay. Well, good night, you guys.
See you, Walter.
I'm thinking about a week from now.
All right. That'll be fine with
Just let me know.
All right. Thanks, guys.
See ya.
See you later.
Bye-bye.